Alright, YouTube, we back in the fucking building. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. For this segment, we want to do the prediction video for Mr. Carl Frampton versus Scott Quigg. Now, Carl Frampton, he is currently the IBF 122-pound champion. He's 21-0 with 14 knockouts. His last fight was against Alejandro Gonzalez Jr. Now, he looked pretty bad to start off in that fight. I believe he got dropped twice.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think that was his first fight in America. YouTube,
Yep.
it was? Okay, I was going to say
Yep.
YouTube, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, his first fight in America, he looked bad in the first couple of rounds. But then he got up and went ahead to dominate that fight en route to a unanimous decision win. Then you got Scott Quigg. He's 31-0, 2 draws with 23 knockouts. He's currently the WBA 122-pound champion. His last fight is really a fighter that both these guys share on their record, and that's Kiko Martinez. He knocked him out. Carl Frampton fought him twice. The first one was a knockout. The second was unanimous decision. Now, this fight right here is between two UK fighters that have had beef for years. There's a whole lot of shit out there. If you guys have followed Carl Frampton or Scott Quigg, as I have, since way before these guys are being talked about the way they're being talked about today, you would know that the beef spans at least like almost 10 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers really hate each other, and it's genuine fucking hate. So this should be an excellent fight. My man say he got a strategy for Mr. Carl Frampton. Hit me with it, B.
Alright, man. My strategy for Carl Frampton is I like Carl. I'm big on him, man. I really like him. I like his ability. I like what he does in the ring. What he has to do up against Scott Quigg is literally, he's going to have to box circles around Scott Quigg.
Alright.
Quigg is I believe he's a bit bigger, and I think he's a little longer
Scott
than,
Quigg, Scott Quigg is 5'8". He has a longer reach. He's much bigger, actually. And then Carl Frampton is 5'5", and he has a 62-inch reach.
Okay. So that's what he's going to have to do, man. He's going to have to get off and then keep turning Scott Quigg. You're the smaller guy. You're gonna have to make the bigger guy find you. Okay. He's got to have very quick combinations, and like I said, at the end of every combination, he's got to step around Scott Quigg, make him find you. You know, just the same strategy that Miguel Cotto had against Antonio Margarito in the second fight. He would get off, and then he would step around, and he would make Margarito find him. Okay, and that's what Carl Frampton has to do, man. Use your footwork, and you know, like I said, let them hands go. 3, 4, 5 punches, man. Let them hands go. Another thing is, what you don't want to get caught doing is standing in front of the bigger, longer guy. He's going to keep you at the end of the jab. So whenever Carl Frampton does let his hands go, it's going to have to be within his range. He's going to have to be in in Quigg's chest, and he's going to have to let them hands go, step around, boom, 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 boom. Every time, every single time. Now, what I don't want Frampton to do is, I don't want him sitting on shots up top. Okay, that's what I don't want him to do. Don't do that just yet, because Quigg he packs a bit of a punch. So I don't want him to sit on those punches up top. What I want him to do, being the smaller guy, is break this big motherfucker down. Go to his body. When you get in his chest and you getting off, when he turns, plot, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That's when that's when you're ripping to the body.
Yeah,
okay?
Hell yeah, absolutely, good shit.
So that's what I want him to do. Once you rip to the body and you've got him doubled over, that's when you can start sitting on the punches up top. But don't go in there with the mindset that you're just gonna be able to get in this guy's chest and start landing big, heavy shots. I want clean, crispy shots up top, and then once we start going to the body, that's when you break them down. Bow, 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 bow. 4 shots to the body, hard. It has to be hard to the body. You know what I mean? Because this is gonna be a sustained beating. We gotta break this guy down. He's big and he's long. Break this motherfucker down, man. Like in and out. And when we get in, that's when we cause holy hell. Right. So That's what I want to see from Carl Frampton, man. I'm real big on him. I like him a lot, man. In his last fight, even though he got dropped twice, he made the adjustment and he found himself in the ring. He almost took a timeout to say, "What the fuck? I'm Carl Frampton. This ain't me," you know. Yes. And he got his legs back. He came, you know, and he came in himself. So that's what I need him to do. In this fight, realize, man, that you're Carl Frampton. I do believe Frampton has the better boxing mind. He keeps on alluding to that, and that's something that I'm definitely going to give him. I think he's a much smoother boxer than Scott Quigg. I think Scott Quigg is a good boxer, but I do believe that Frampton is lighter on his feet. And that's the reason why I want the in and out movement, and that's the reason why I want him moving around Scott Quigg every time he gets off and lets his hands go.
See, Carl Frampton, you know, Scott Quigg, Billy Joe Saunders, Lee Selby, Tyson Fury, Chris Eubank Jr. These are UK fighters that I've been following for a very long time. These are guys that are just now getting, you know, United States exposure, you know, which is pretty much worldwide exposure because the United States runs the pretty much the popularity department of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So once you're known here, then you known. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I've known these guys way before they started getting this attention. And I will say this now, in UK, I hope you guys understand this. You know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what you have over there. Carl Frampton is a special fighter.
Yes.
Me and Seth talk about special fighters here in the United States all the time. You know, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Andre Wards, the Guillermo Rigondeaux. These are guys that are just on that level that not too many motherfuckers can get to. All right. In terms of the UK fighters, Carl Frampton is one of those guys. On the UK, in terms of UK, he is one of those guys over there that not too many motherfucking UK fighters can get on that level. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed watching Carl Frampton at a time where Chris Avalos was a guy that was supposed to be Guillermo Rigondeaux's opponent, and a lot of people here in the States were saying that Chris Avalos had a huge chance against Guillermo Rigondeaux. Well, he went over there to the UK and got his motherfucking ass beat. Carl Frampton was like, you know what I'm saying? Fight's over, beat. Like, I enjoyed the fuck out of that. Now, Chris Avalos now, he ain't really shit. You know what I'm saying? But that stemmed from what Carl Frampton did to him. Same thing with Kiko Martinez. Kiko Martinez is one of those guys where his career went up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Well, at a point where he fought Carl Frampton the first time, he was, you know, he was all right. He was up, right? But he really got up when he fought him the second time. You know what I'm saying? Because he was champion at the time. He had beat some really good fighters to get his status. Carl Frampton was like, well, bring your motherfucking ass back. Go ahead and bring your ass back over here, dog. They fought. Frampton was like, give me that belt, dog. Take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carl Frampton is a fucking beast.
Yeah, man.
With that said, Scott Quigg is not a bum either. This is a guy, I mean, he's 20, I think he's 27 years old, and he's got 33 fights under his belt. That means this motherfucker is highly active. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Carl Frampton, who's 2 years older, he only has 21 fights under his belt. So Scott Quigg is highly active. He's been around the block. He's seen different styles. He is emotionally invested in this fight, not in a negative way, meaning he's taking this fight completely seriously. In my opinion, Scott Quigg has a superior hand speed. All right. He has the footwork. Now, I don't think it's superior, but he has good enough footwork to where he can actually stay on the outside and box Carl Frampton. He's 5'8" with a longer reach, right? So really, taller fighters against shorter fighters with a longer reach with the ability to throw combination punches from the outside. While you over there, nigga, I'm gonna stay just like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about making this shit an exciting fight. I'm not gonna come inside and let you hit me. Nigga, I'm going to stay way the fuck back here and make this as boring as possible. Just like Tyson Fury did against Klitschko. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I win fights, right? Well, well, that's what Scott Quigg can do here. Because if you really look at it, if he implies or employs that game plan, well, then that turns Carl Frampton into a guy who really can only do one thing, and that's come forward and try to get on the inside, right?
Yep.
This is the problem. Both fighters have this problem, actually, but Scott Quigg has probably got it worse. Scott Quigg gives up his height and reach advantage.
Yes, he does.
Very often, all right? And he turns himself from a boxer into a boxer puncher where he's in the pocket, landing big shots. Now, he can hit. The motherfucker can crack. I'm not doubting that, right? But when you give up your height and your reach advantage against a guy with the IQ level of Carl Frampton,
Yeah.
you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Carl, you're basically telling him, hey, bro, you don't even have to think that hard. You see what I'm saying? You already know what to do because I just gave you the blueprint on how to win. That's basically what Scott Quigg will do if he gives up his height and reach. So, on the flip side, let's say that Scott Quigg doesn't give up his height and reach. Well, Carl Frampton, man, again, he needs to use feints. Just like I said, just like both of us said with the Terrence Crawford Hank Lundy prediction, he needs to use feints. He's got to find a way to disrupt Scott Quigg's timing. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Scott Quigg is a big counterpuncher or anything like that. Scott Quigg is a guy that usually works off of his own aggression. You know what I'm saying? He'll be the first one to pop the jab. He'll be the first one to throw the straight. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need to wait for anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which makes it easier for a guy like Carl Frampton with such a height and reach disadvantage. All he has to do is use footwork to try to turn Scott Quigg or to get on the inside.
Yep.
Another thing that I seen with Carl Frampton, this motherfucker has power coming in and coming out.
Yeah.
Carl Frampton can be off balance, and his punching power is exactly the same as if he was on balance. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason Scott Quigg cannot get caught on the inside, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go with my prediction. I'm gonna go ahead and bank on the fact that Scott Quigg will do the exact same thing he's always done in fights, and that is give up his height and reach advantage. I think he gives it up. I think Carl Frampton, with the IQ level he has, his ability to adjust, I think he's going to be able to dominate this fight in the second half of this fight. I think early on, Scott Quigg will win majority of the rounds. Just like I said, just using his height and reach advantage, pretty much beating Carl Frampton to the punch. But I think as the fight progresses, he will be giving up that height and reach advantage, and it may be simply based on the emotions behind this fight, right? They really fucking hate each other. So Scott Quigg's gonna want to go at this motherfucker, right? He's gonna want to land those bombs. One thing I forgot: Scott Quigg is an excellent body puncher. I forgot about that, right? And to go to the body, what do you have to do usually? Well, you're gonna be on the inside, right?
There you go.
You're gonna be in the pocket. So if he's looking to go to the body on Carl Frampton, well, he's gonna get caught on the inside, which is what I think he will do. That's where Carl Frampton capitalizes. Bruh, when you stop moving and you're a good boxer and you're fighting a guy that's smaller, that is the worst thing you can do is stop moving. And I think that's exactly what Scott Quigg would do. But I don't think Carl Frampton knocks him out. I think he will pretty much dominate the second half of the fight. I'll say 7 rounds to 5.
Damn, that's exactly what I was gonna say, man.
Look, bro, see? Great minds think alike, B.
Yup. I'm gonna go the same way, man. Carl Frampton, 7 rounds to 5. I definitely don't see a knockout, but I can possibly say that the 5 rounds from Quigg will be because of a knockdown. Okay. I do believe he'll catch Frampton and he'll knock him down, and that'll give him a 2-point round.
I agree with that.
Okay, So I think that'll be the reason for the 7-5. But I don't see a knockout in this fight. I think both guys are a little too skilled to get knocked completely out.
Yeah.
If it comes, then it'll be a shock to me. But definitely 7-5. I do believe it's going to be an explosive fight, and I think it's going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that's something that I had in my head while I was doing my breakdown. I really believe that Scott Quigg will possibly get a knockdown early in the fight. Just catching Carl Frampton coming in, and I really believe that Carl Frampton will adjust. I mean, I'm telling you, people, Carl Frampton's IQ level is excellent. That's why I really want to see Carl Frampton versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. I cannot. Now, Eddie Hearn is fucking pussyfooting around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's, like we said in the other video, we can have a rematch because, the WBA will be the only title that will be stripped. We'll still have the IBF, so that's motive to have a rematch. Well, the winner could possibly fight, Nito Donaire. Fuck that. Y'all niggas said before this fight was made, the fighters and Eddie Hearn, y'all said the winner will fight Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Yep.
We think Carl Frampton wins. Give us Frampton Rigondeaux. Excellent fucking fight. The Jackal versus the Jackal. Come on, man. You can promote the shit out of that.
You can't ask for nothing. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly. All right, YouTube. This is going to conclude this segment. Do what you do in the comment section will be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.